Good morning, everybody. Today we're going to learn about expressions and variables. It's going to be kind of an introduction to algebra. I know that's a little scary for some of y'all, but it's not, trust me. It's pretty simple, a simple process. But if you have any questions, y'all can just let me know at the end. We're going to learn about how to write numerical and algebraic expressions, which is pretty much just learn to write them. And then we're going to learn to evaluate, which is to find an answer. All right, let's look at some examples of expressions. Can y'all see some differences and some similarities? Some differences is that there are different numbers on each. There's also different modes of operation. We got subtraction, plus adding, addition, and then multiplying. And we also have three different numbers within one, and there's some parentheses, which means you're going to do the operation within the parentheses first, and then do the operation afterwards. So here are some examples of expressions. Let's look at some different ways to describe expressions. An expression is a mathematical phrase. It's kind of like what you do in English, but with numbers instead. It combines numbers, operation signs, and sometimes variables. We'll learn about variables in a minute, which you've seen some expressions with numbers and operations. There's not an equal sign included, so an expression does not have an equal sign. Here are some other examples. Notice there's no equal sign involved, but they do have numbers and operation signs. And these don't have variables, but we'll see some of those in a minute. Here are some with variables. And the variable represents an unknown amount or some kind of a number that we don't know yet. And there's so a variable is the letter. So let's look and see. We've got the letter N. We've got F as a variable. W is a variable. And the letter R is a variable. So these are expressions with variables. What is a variable? Variable is a letter or symbol, which we just found out. It stands for one or more numbers, an unknown amount. They're often used in expressions, that's true. And here are some examples. And again, we have a variable as, oops, I want to change the color. W is the variable here, and B is a variable here. All right, let's look at, here's an expression, and we're going to identify what each part is. Can somebody tell me where the operation is? That is right. The plus sign is the operation, so we're going to be adding. And then the variable is what? Is it the number or the letter? It's definitely going to be the letter. That shows an unknown amount. And of course, we know what 7 is the number, of course. And we got all those right. That's good. Let's look at some examples like using a word type problem. Here we have, Ashley has 7 kittens. She gave 4 to Tara. So she has 7 kittens and she gave 4. So that means she's gonna take away 4 from what she has. So subtract 4. And let's see if that's correct. Sure is. Let's try another one. Zach has, he ate 3 apples, and then he ate some more. So we're trying to find out how many he ate. So we're adding some more. Some more is going to be an unknown variable, so we're going to use a variable. So I'm going to use the letter N. Let's see if that's correct. That's right. They use the letter A, and that's fine. It doesn't matter the letter. It just means an unknown unknown amount. So let's try Melody ate 14, or she baked 14 cookies, and then she ate 5. So she's had 14, but then she ate 5, so she's taking away 5. Subtract. See if that is correct. Sure is. All right. Let's try some examples. Casey has 4 flowers. 4 flowers. And she gave, which means take away, 3. So 4 minus 3. See if that's correct. Just touch those flowers and make it reveal the answer. All right, we're good. We got that one right. Let's try another example. Let's not do that one quite yet. Those are a little more difficult. Shelby won 5 prizes, and then she won some more. Some more means we're going to be using what? A variable. That's right. So 5. She won some more, so we're adding 5 plus something. Is it 5 minus p? It's going to be 5 plus p. Let's see if we're correct. Very good. We got that one right. We're pros at this. Let's try this one. Alicia has 11 pencils, and then some broke, so that means some were taken away. So 11 minus some, which we're using the letter N. See if that is correct. Well, our answer reveals that we are correct. Let's try this one. This might be a little more difficult. I don't know. Mr. Manuel rode the elevator down 5 flights and then rode up 2 flights. So we don't know, what we don't know is where he started, like which level or which floor. So that would be our variable of x. So he rode down 5 flights, so that's probably x minus 5. But then he rode up 2, so plus 2. So let's see if that is our answer. That is correct. All right, good job on those. Let's get through some of those. Let's look at these. All right. So this is what is so easy about algebra. All you have to do is plug in answers, and we're going to do that right now. So here we're given 5 plus n is the expression. We don't know n, but then the next box tells us what n is, and all we have to do is plug in 6, and we get our answer, which is 11. It's that simple. It's real easy. All right, let's do some more plugging in. P plus 10. P is 12, so we just put 12 where the P is, and we get, what, 22? Very easy. Let's try one more. Here is 20 minus Q. Q is, 7. 20 minus 7 is 13. Very good. Let's try this one down at the bottom. 395 minus J. J is 45. And we get 350. All right, and these, we call these function tables. And in a function table, you're going to have an input and an output. Whatever number you put in is the input. And when you put that number in, you get an output, which is whatever the thing. So we have an expression, and we're going to plug in our 2, and then we're going to get an output, which is whatever this will end up being. So let's look and see. So if you plug in 2, it should come out 5. That's right. 7 minus 5, just like we did in the last page. Let's try 4. 7 minus 4 is 3. All right. How about 7? 7 minus 7 is going to be 0. So it's pretty simple. Here's another one. It looks more complicated because there's more things you're doing, but it's going to be fairly similar. So if you plug in 2 here, so 9 plus 2 is 11. 11 minus 4 is 7. Let's see if we're right. Good. Let's try 10. So 9 plus 10 is 19. Minus 4 should be 15. So again, these are function tables. They're functions because they're going to have an input and an output. So the number you put in is the input, and the value that you get with it is going to be the output. All right, and here's a little thing. We're going to review some vocabulary that we've learned today. A mathematical phrase. Let's press start. I think it's going to be expression. There we go. Oop, I spelled it wrong. Expression. Good. Clue is a letter symbol. Yes, variable. Whoa. You gotta know how to spell. It's pretty funny. This looks really long. Table that matches each input and output. Remember, it's a function table. This is for the space. Let's see. I'm missing some letters here. Where does this N go? Funk. I didn't spell it right, did I? Crazy. Clue. Numerical answer to an expression after the expression is solved. What's that output that we get? It's a value. There you go. Good job. We did a perfect score. All right. Let's do 1 or 2 of these. We're just going to be given an expression. We have to come up with our own word problem. So here we have 3 plus 6. So this could be Tom had 3 apples and ate and probably got 6 more. I do not have very good handwriting. Apologize for that. So had 3 apples and then he got 6 more. So 3 plus 6. Let's look at one more. 9 minus 5. We could say Sam had 9 pencils, but then 5 broke. So that would be a good one. Let's do one more. Let's see. Here's T minus 4. This is one with a variable in it. So you could say, which is a really mean one, I guess. You could say Sally had a certain number of dogs, or had some dogs, and then 4 passed away. So you don't know how many. Well, good job today, guys. That's your introduction to some expressions and variables. It's kind of your first crash course in algebra. Good job.